She was known to the world as a billionaire, a woman whose name opened doors and whose success was measured in numbers most people could only imagine. From the outside, her life looked complete: luxury homes, influence, and a legacy built through years of hard work. But behind that powerful image lived a quiet, aching reality. The one title that mattered most to her was not CEO or philanthropist, but mother, and that was the one thing life had taken away. The loss of her daughter had carved a hollow space no amount of wealth could ever fill. Every achievement after that felt distant, almost meaningless, because success loses its shine when there is no one you love waiting to share it with. Nights were the hardest, when silence reminded her that money can solve many problems, but it cannot bring back a child's laughter or warm a heart broken by grief. In those moments, she realized how alone she truly was, surrounded by everything yet missing the one person who made it all matter. And it was this loneliness, deeper than any financial loss, that guided her steps back to the place where her heart still lived. Each visit to the cemetery followed the same quiet ritual, one she never shared with the world. She would arrive alone, without drivers or assistants, leaving her powerful identity at the gate. Here, there were no boardrooms, no headlines, no expectations to be strong. She moved slowly, almost carefully, as if even the ground might feel her pain. Standing before the grave, she would smooth the flowers with trembling hands and whisper words only a mother could speak, words meant for a daughter who could no longer answer back. Time seemed to pause in those moments, and the noise of her busy life faded into silence. She didn't check her phone or watch the clock. Nothing outside this place mattered. This was where her strength finally gave way to honesty, where tears were not a weakness but a language of love. Every visit reopened the wound, yet she returned again and again, because grief was the last connection she still had. In that quiet space, stripped of wealth and status, she was not a billionaire at all, just a mother holding on to memories, refusing to let go of the love that still bound her heart to that stone. That day felt no different from the others, until something quietly broke the familiar silence. As she stood there, lost in her thoughts, a soft sound reached her ears: someone crying. At first, she thought it was her own heart echoing back at her, but then she noticed a man a few steps away, dressed in a janitor's uniform, his head bowed in grief. Beside him stood a little girl, her small hand clutched tightly in his, her eyes confused yet heavy with sadness. The sight stopped her cold. This place she believed belonged only to her pain was suddenly shared. She had never imagined anyone else standing there for a reason so deeply emotional. Watching them, she felt something shift inside her, a reminder that sorrow does not ask about status or bank accounts. In that moment, the distance between their worlds disappeared. All she saw was a father trying to be strong and a child learning what loss feels like far too early. Her heart, already broken, made room for theirs. And for the first time, she realized she was no longer grieving alone. She watched them from a distance, struck by how different their lives must be, yet how familiar their pain felt. Her world had been shaped by privilege, private jets, and guarded gates, while his was built on long shifts, worn hands, and a uniform few ever noticed. Under normal circumstances, their paths would never have crossed. And yet here they were, standing on the same ground, facing the same unbearable absence. In that moment, wealth felt irrelevant, almost embarrassing. Grief had a way of leveling everything, stripping people down to what truly mattered. She saw it in the way the janitor gently wiped his tears, trying to stay strong for the little girl, and she recognized that same quiet struggle within herself. Loss had taught them both the same lesson, that love, once given, never leaves without leaving pain behind. No title could shield her from that truth, and no lack of money could make his pain any smaller. Two lives separated by social walls were suddenly connected by a single emotion, powerful enough to erase every difference. Standing there, she understood something profound: in the face of loss, we are all simply human. After a long moment, she found the courage to step closer, drawn not by curiosity but by compassion. When their eyes met, there was no need for explanations at first. Grief had already spoken for them. Slowly, the janitor shared his story in a voice heavy with restraint. The grave belonged to the little girl's mother, a woman who had once worked nearby and lost her life far too soon. With no one else to bring flowers or say her name out loud, he came whenever he could, bringing his daughter so she would remember the love that still surrounded her. The child listened quietly, holding onto his sleeve, as if afraid that even memory might disappear. Each word tightened the knot in her chest. She saw her own loss reflected in theirs, the same unanswered questions, the same longing for one more moment. This was not just a visit to a grave, it was a lesson unfolding in front of her. Love survives even when life does not, carried forward through small acts of remembrance and quiet courage. And in that shared understanding, her heart opened in a way it hadn't in years. In that moment, something inside her began to shift, gently but unmistakably. For years, she had carried her grief alone, believing it was a private burden meant to be endured in silence. But standing there, she realized healing does not begin with forgetting, it begins with connection. She knelt down to the little girl's level, offering a soft smile, and for the first time in a long while, she felt purpose stir again. Compassion, she understood, was the only thing powerful enough to transform pain into meaning. Without thinking about status or appearances, she chose to be present, to listen, to care. That simple act did more for her heart than any achievement ever had. She saw that true richness is not measured by what we own, but by how deeply we are willing to stand with others in their darkest moments. As she walked away from the grave that day, she did not feel cured of her sorrow, but she felt less alone. And sometimes, that is where healing truly begins.